Hey everybody, this is the Utah Outcasts. We are a very much uncensored and unabashedly atheist show coming at you from the great and spacious state of Utah via podcast and YouTube. We may be stuck here in Utah, but our news isn't, as we do our best each week to bring you entertaining news that you missed, some fun with real audio, and oh so much more. We tackle each topic in news with skepticism and as much as reverence as we can muster. We are super glad that you found us and hope that if you like what you're hearing, that you'll consider giving us a subscribe or a rating on whatever podcast app that you may use, or if you're feeling really generous, there's always our Patreon, where you can definitely get your money's worth each episode each week, because we put out a lot of bonus content for our patrons out there, just like we do for our biggest one out there, Robert. Thank you so much for your patronage. Now on to introducing the illustrious panel for this week, and joining me as always are the other two-thirds of the Utah Outcast panel, Felicia Entwistle and Kyle Steenblake.
Yay!
I don't have anything super clever for you guys this week. I did all the show notes this morning. Sorry. I didn't look up celebrities that died and give them to you. No, that was kind of rude last week, I think. And I am your host, Except for Reed, but everybody else just calls me X. Hi, everybody. Before we get started, I want to give people a heads up that coming up on Pioneer Day this year in Utah, and this is mainly for the people that live here, and so that's July 24th, which is weirdly celebrated more than the 4th of July.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Oh, I know Felicia does. Yeah, we know the reasons behind that. New listeners might not know the reason, but that's because it's her birthday.
I'll be turning an age.
So Pioneer Day is an age,
Yeah, an age.
An
age. Yes.
Yeah, it's under
she'll be like 26 or some shit.
No, she'll be like 25 or something. I don't know. She just gets younger and younger every fucking year we do the show. So there's a lot of people out there that probably don't know what Pioneer Day is, and that's what the Mormons do to celebrate their hand carts coming over the hill and realizing this must be like,
this is good enough.
This has to be the ocean. This is the ocean. We're
look at this completely uninhabited land.
Excuse me.
We'll just go. Yeah, no. That's where they pretend that they discovered Utah, or what would become Utah.
For those people that might be listening, just go look up the Mormon state, or the state of Deseret. That's Deseret, and just see how big of a claim the Mormons had, or they wanted to have, on the United States. We're talking like more than Texas. We're talking fucking size chunk of the United States that they wanted to take.
Yeah, if you look at a map, it was what is Utah now, like half of Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado. About a quarter of New Mexico, half of Arizona, I guess like 3/4 of Nevada.
Yeah, big giant fucking chunk. So.
Well, yeah, they thought they'd populate it with their giant fucking families, which they probably could.
Yeah, give them enough time, they probably could.
This is ours now because no one else is here,
right?
No one else is
living here.
No one else is living
except
here.
Except for, brown people.
Oh, no, it was more than the brown people.
No, we don't recognize those in Utah. Those are Lamanites. Those are the bad people. Those are the...
inherently evil.
The flint-skinned, or whatever the hell they call them back
then.
They don't like to talk about the fact that the Salt Lake Valley was already settled.
It really was.
There were already people here. They just went like, look, there are 500 of us. We're taking this.
Yeah. That big lake over there, that's the ocean. We're close enough. We're at the ocean. We're at the edge of the United States. Hooray. We're the frontier.
We're not going to actually try anything. Just believe me, I'm a prophet of God.
Yep, I know what I'm talking about. And there are men on the moon. Fucking idiot. So, anyway, we're bringing up Pioneer Day because one of our friends, Shalise Blythe from the Satanic Temple local chapter here in Utah, is going to be having an event on Pioneer Day at 6 p.m. And it's going to be at the Metro Bar in Salt Lake City, and it's an unbaptism.
An unbaptism.
So that's going to be fun.
Yeah. You need to go and subscribe or follow or get interested in their Facebook event for that.
I want the events in Utah to pair with them for like our own version of a Reason rally.
Well, I think that's a thing that can happen.
I think it is too.
We do.
Yeah.
We need to have a local big thing. That'd be great.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be huge, just big enough.
Yeah. Well, we're working on it. If the elections go the way we want them to go.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not allowed.
You're not. No, stop.
No.
Yeah.
It's just. I really enjoyed working with you, Kyle, and I'd be very pleased to work with you in the future.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, it's so sad. I feel like I've been such a derp. By the way, we're talking about the upcoming board elections for the Atheists of Utah,
Yes, this is very
which
important.
is taking place on July 9th.
Yes, at the Salt Lake City Library at 3:00.
So
Yes,
as you guys are hearing this,
fun.
about a week and a half away. So this will drop on Wednesday. It'll be the next Saturday, not that immediate Saturday, but the one after that. And then we thoroughly confused everybody, and everybody's sleeping because we're scheduling on the show. There we go. Anyway, unbaptism happening in Salt Lake City. It's going to ruffle a lot of fucking feathers. It's going to be on the news. It's going to be interesting, and I plan on being there
because I was baptized.
Yeah. And they define it as
I don't need to undo that shit. Like, not that it matters, because they dumped some poo water on my head, and apparently I survived. So
yeah, and I got invited. I don't want to get too much into personal stuff just yet, but I got invited to a baptism this upcoming Saturday, and I'm like, really? What do I have to do to make it so you guys don't ask me to these things? I know it's important to you people, but it's like you're asking me to come celebrate you indoctrinating your child. I'm like,
Can I ask you guys, Kyle, you specifically, a question?
Yeah.
When they have church for a missionary returning home, it's full church, isn't it, with primary meetings and everything?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's full 3 hour. Yeah.
I thought so, because William gave permission for his son to go to church because they told the kids' step grandparents told William, "Oh, it's just a missionary returning home." And I said, you need to be very careful because I'm pretty sure he's going to be sent to primary, and that's where they start the indoctrination.
Yep. It's full on church. I did for a farewell.
And that's exactly where they want. That's exactly where they want his kid. Is in primary, where they can start talking about how much Jesus loves him and Jesus wants you to be a certain way, and steering a child into their way of life. Yeah. And I understand that it's not how they see it, but that's exactly what happens. And so I said, you need to clarify that if he's going to primary or not, because he's going to be separated from the adults at that point. And people have to say over what your child is told.
Yeah, that's when the fun and games and shit happen. Yeah.
That's when they start the shit. That's when they start the all the shit that they say they don't really teach. Yeah, that's when it happens. 'Cause they do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So and by all that shit, that's what we're talking about. That's where we're talking about where they tell kids that all the other kids that are not going to church or are not members are wrong.
Yeah, no, they're going to try to get his kid at that point. And that's my worry is I don't want his son to be going through that emotional turmoil of, well, I was told I need to be here, and Dad's saying I can't go. That's like, that could be, and one time, but like, I don't want this going on. Just for their sake, just for this kid's sake.
Yeah, no, it's
not my kid, but and I know William's on the same page as me. Otherwise, I'd be out. I'm out.
Yeah. You guys know the freak storm that we had like a couple of Saturdays ago where like it was raining its ass off for like hours and hours and hours and hours?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was my kid's birthday, and after the birthday party ended, one of the kids was talking about how the rain had started and everything like that, and he's like, I think Jesus did the rain. And I'm just like, or a low pressure front.
Or just,
or,
the weather.
Condensation,
that
the weather
happens.
It's like, oh man, this poor kid. He's not going to
the weather that happens every day, everywhere.
He's going to have to wear the sweaty armor for the rest of his life. Those fucking the things they make you wear.
God.
There's a lot of people that don't know the temple garments and shit like that, but man, that's gross. Shit's gross. Especially the way you make ladies wear them. God, they can't even wear a nice anything after that.
Nope.
No.
Fuck that shit.
They fuck all the shit up.
Hey guys, how you feeling about these fully exposed porn shoulders? Yeah,
I'm having
cleavage.
I'm having a hard time concentrating. I can't do it. You're making me think impure thoughts.
Shoulders.
I'll be in my bunk. That works for some guys.
Yeah, it does. And you know what? Fuck garments though, because I've seen that shit and those are hideous.
Yeah, they definitely are.
God, why would I do that to my body? I want to make it look nice. Like, I want somebody to look at it and be like, yeah, all right. Like, no, I'm not going to put that on it. Jesus, nobody looks good in that shit.
No. It doesn't even look good when you cover it up because you just look frumpy.
Okay, so let's go ahead and move into our News You Missed segment for this week. I'm going to edit in a little fun little sound here. This is all post-production stuff. You guys aren't going to hear any of this stuff right now.
We're going to
the patrons listening right now. Post-production. Okay. So, news you missed for this week.
It's going to start production.
I need a good, clean intro. News you missed this segment. This segment. God damn it. Assholes. So, news you missed for this week. The first one that we have the Democratic sit-in that happened this week, which ultimately did what?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what it did?
It got people thinking and talking.
While they were doing their sit-in, the Republicans passed a bill that targets Planned Parenthood.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yep.
They did a point of motion kind of thing.
That's what their sit-in, which targets people on the terror watch list, which is a bullshit thing to be targeting. That's not the correct way to address gun control. Sorry, it's not. No. And so that's what their sit-in did, and it also allowed the Republicans to attack women. So good job, Dems. You finally grew some balls at the exact wrong moment. Fuck you.
Yeah, during an election year. That's the only time. That's the only reason any of them got off their ass, I think.
Well done. Well done, asshole.
Quit being such wusses about something that 80% of the country wants. How many times have the Republicans tried to repeal Obamacare, even though they know it's not going to happen?
Yeah. No,
like what? Almost 60, I think now.
Yeah.
Do the same goddamn thing. Introduce the same fucking thing over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
One of these days, the people that elect these people are gonna be like, oh, they didn't pass this, they didn't pass this, they didn't pass this. No, you guys, the Dems have been trying once, and they're like, oh, shucks, guys, this is hard. I can't pass anything.
Well, yeah, and that's what they should do. They should introduce the same bill over and over and over and over again, and it's something that has a majority of support in the country.
Yeah, so when they say, no, we're not going to vote on this, when they say, no, we're not going to vote on this, you go to the constituents and say, hey, look, we tried, but your guy's not doing something,
Yeah.
Right.
Look at the things that they're not doing that you want them to do.
I think the sit-in was great in idea. I think sit-ins are a wonderful thing in concept.
Yeah.
But they
didn't pull it off.
The day.
They did.
They lost the day.
Yep. Not just that, they lost ground, and the Congress is still not doing shit about getting judges in office, and so we had some fun with immigration happening because of that.
Really not cool with the attacking of civil liberties, especially because, dare I say it, President Trump would have the ability to put anyone, on the terror watch.
Yeah.
Do you really want him to have that kind of power, people?
Yeah, no. That's also I agree with you. Yeah. But that's also an issue that needs to be separated out. That's the whole Patriot Act thing that needs to just fucking go away.
Yeah.
Yes. I oppose the Patriot Act in all of its forms.
Right.
Yeah. It's the Free America Bill. Oh, that means it's going to put you in jail. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next topic I wanted to move on to, I just wanted to spend a minute on that one. You guys know who Tony Robbins is, don't you?
Yes.
Motivational speaker, like some sort of he's like a giant of a guy kind of thing. I think he was in Shallow Hal. I think he played the guy that like did the spell on him to make him see fat women as skinny, or the inner beauty, whatever the hell that had to do.
That movie should not have been amusing in any way, shape, or form.
I rather enjoyed that movie.
It is. It is a terrible movie.
No.
I really feel bad for chuckling a couple times watching the movie.
I like Jack Black.
No, I do too, but that movie was terrible.
You should really...
not only just in concept, but in execution.
It's tone deaf. It's so fucking tone deaf. This shit would not fly. If you guys want to see something
funny for reasons that shouldn't be funny.
Yeah,
it really is.
I've even watched them in Gulliver's Travels, which was a stinker. That was a fucking pile. Don't watch that one, guys. That's terrible. But if you want to see something real fun, get high and watch the Yo Gabba Gabba episode where Jack Black shows up.
God.
It's fucking awesome. It's amazing.
If you haven't
flying
seen
motorcycle that talks to him, and
if you haven't seen Yo Gabba Gabba, you don't have young children.
no, it's amazing though. If you like the Aquabats at all and like ska music or good indie like alternative kind of stuff, that's a good show because they bring everybody on that show to be musical guests. Like they had Chromeo on there as one of the guests, and I'm like, this is a band that talks about getting laid a lot, and it's not a kid show. What the fuck?
Oh
But
man,
nice. Yeah.
I kind of miss that my kids outgrew that.
I know. It was
show.
a good excuse to watch it.
I have no excuse to watch that now, and I just can't.
No, there's just some days I just need to hear the ting ting say happy birthday. That's what I need. Oh, anyway, sorry. Tony Robbins. We were talking about him, not Jack.
Yeah, you were talking about a shitty motivational speaker, which is one of the most bullshit jobs ever. It's the second most. The most bullshit job ever is
Tarot card reader?
life coach.
Oh, life coach, yeah.
That's the straight up most bullshit.
Oh, I'd love somebody to pay me to tell them how to live their life. That'd be great.
Oh man, I want to be a fucking licensed life coach.
X, I want you to be more positive throughout your day. Like I want you to work on like finding the positive. And Kyle, I want you to like dig deep and find that support and empathy in yourself. And that will make you happy. Okay, pay me $1,000 each.
Yeah, no, I have a completely different style. I would just show up and start yelling at people. Stop fucking up! Stop it! Stop!
Quit being a fucking
right
loser.
Now, what you're doing, you're fucking you're
there was a,
right
there
now.
was,
See what you're doing? You're fucking it up.
This bit was done. Done bit.
So
bit was done. I'm forgetting his name.
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
Yes, Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
He was doing a thing in Dallas, Texas, with a motivational conference or whatever the fuck it is, and there was a large number of people doing he does an ash walk.
Sorry, real fast.
Yeah.
Real fast. A motivational conference. What do you bet? None of those people are successful.
Well, Tony Robbins is rich as fuck. None of the people at the conference. Well, this leads to that. So just wait till you hear what happens. Yeah. So there were a whole ass load of people that were at this conference, and so there were about 7,000 participants that were on site for this kind of thing. These people are making a lot of money. That's where the money seems to be. But upwards of 40 people were injured when they were doing the coal walk. The walking on the cinders. Because it's a really good idea to like make as many people walk across it at the same time as you possibly can.
That's a horrible idea. That defeats all of the trick.
Yeah, and so they had people that were like essentially being held up in the middle of the fucking coal walk, and they were standing in hot coals. And they burned the shit out of their feet and legs.
Fuck that! I don't want to do a coal walk because I, as a rational human being, look at that and go, "That's hot." No, thanks.
And this
you're like, no, you won't get burned. I know, most barring anything terrible happening. Correct. Yeah. You're right. I won't.
Well, I wouldn't have a problem doing it because I know how it works.
Yeah. I know the science behind it.
The problem is when you have a lot of people who don't know how it works, and the people running it don't know how it works, people get hurt.
It's like, watching Penn and Teller's bullshit, they got the guy going, he's like, they're doing like their super offensive Native American chant, which isn't, they're like, it doesn't mean anything. It actually does. Yeah, fuck you. They're just like, hey, ya, 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 hey, ya, ya. And he's like going across in the beat and like pausing each step. And then he's like, ow, ow, and he like quickly like starts to speed up and go. It's like, yeah, that's not how the coal walk works, motherfucker. Yep. It's that your feet are terrible conductors, so you just go at a good steady pace and you're fine, but you don't pause.
And the Tony Robbins website said the exercise was meant to, quote, turn fear into power. Try to get people to... That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
You know what? I'm not afraid. It's okay. Here's the thing: the coal walk. It's not like a deep-seated fear or anything. It's more like, what if I tripped?
This is a stupid thing to do. Everything in me is saying
it's a dumb thing to do. It's a carny trick, motherfucker. I've also done cold reading and fortune telling and tarot cards. That one results in nobody's harm because I don't give advice.
It's like playing with razors. It's like you can drag your finger across it a little bit and be like, I might be okay. But there's that one time It's going to get right between that fingerprint, and it's going to slice the shit out of you. So
walking on hot coals
say
is
that.
a stupid risk to take with zero reward.
So him and Meta says this at the very
do it.
end of the article. He said, here's a word of advice. Don't walk on hot coals, and don't listen to motivational frauds who believe that burning yourself is the equivalent of overcoming your fears. Stop giving this asshole money. That's funny. These bunch of people just being bad skeptics. Be a good skeptic. Don't be that one.
Yeah.
So next up we have Ken Ham. We can't go news without talking Ken Ham because the ARC thing's about to open up. And the only reason I bring him up is because the state of Kentucky, because that he won that lawsuit, has to pay Answers in Genesis $190,000 in attorney fees. So he's getting $18 million of tax credit, plus his attorneys are making $200,000, and they have to pay it off within the next 3
And
weeks.
that's exactly how he makes all his money, is through bullshit lawsuits that he can eventually claim money on, and he's not.
If he wouldn't have grabbed Kentucky, I bet you he would have gone to Mississippi. Because he's
okay. What is that? The Bible theme park where they crucify Christ 3 times a day. And, that theme park has steadily lost money.
Yeah, and
the Holy Land
in Florida. That's what it is.
They've said as much with the ARC Park that it's going to lose its ass. It does not have enough interest that it's going to make. It's not even the $18 million they're set aside. It's the tax incentive thing where they can make they could save up to $18 million on taxes with their tickets and everything. Everybody that's looked at the numbers for this place said they're not even going to get close to using that much. So while everybody's pissed off that they got that much set aside, at the same time it's not going to be that much of a loss for the people there, because they're not going to get the full 18 million, because they're not going to make enough money for that to happen.
That's just it. So I saw a GoFundMe for a skeptic who was like, send me, I've been opposing it.
Oh, Dan Errol, that's who I got this from.
Yeah,
so.
I was like, dude, don't even go. I'm not going to pay for you to give this guy money. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm not.
He's going to protest outside.
Oh,
he wants to go for the mass protest thing.
Oh.
It's not like he wants to go inside the park. He doesn't want to go in the park.
Oh, okay, because I could throw $5 at that then.
Yeah, and I believe Dan and those guys talked about it also on Godless Revolution this week too. So yeah, Dan Earl's a good guy, and he's been the one that's been trying to fight over this shit for the longest time. Go read his blog; it's really good. It's at Pathos.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it out.
Just Google Dan Earl.
Look, we all have that want to go and laugh out loud at this.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna give them money.
To turn to somebody and be like, they couldn't all fit. Just turn to one fucking idiot Christian there and be like, they all couldn't have fit.
No.
Yeah. And then have them be like, no, God, and you're like, they couldn't fit.
And the food, and the water,
and everything.
I actually have a whole video addressing this. That I went on just before I got on this show, actually.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, so they didn't have, let's just say God made it so nobody had to be fed and everybody was fine.
Is this non-stamp collector?
And nobody pooped during the 100 days. Nobody pooped. Nobody eat anything.
Oh, man, the poop you would have to take after that trip. God. That's why we have the Himalayas, folks. It's all poop.
So then if God just shuts off all the biological needs of all these animals while they're on the ark, why not just go, okay, these individuals just won't die underwater for 100 days? Why have an ark in the first place?
Well, you know who Joey Lee Kirkman is, don't you? He wrote I believe, bedtime Bible stories, I think, or the kids, whatever it is. But he was he lives out in D.C. nowadays, and he was out in front of the White House talking to some protesters, and he was talking about how there was protesters there about Planned Parenthood,
right?
And how they're against it and everything, and they had their abortion pictures and everything, and he goes up to this one chubby ass Christian guy that's standing out front, and he's like, or no, it was one lady that was, sorry, I'm messing up the story. There was a lady that was there with the whole not pro-choice, they're pro-life, and he's like, no, I'm pro-death. She's like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. He's like, no, you are too. Your God is a ruthless fucking killer. He killed everybody. He didn't have to do that. He's like, I am pro-death. I like your God because he kills everybody and he causes harm.
Yep.
It's funny as hell. Just watching him troll these people that were just hanging out there, and they're like, "I don't think you really believe that." He's like, "How are you going to tell me what to believe?" And he went to the other guy that he was like, "This guy's an atheist, even though he's a Christian, because he's an atheist concerning all other religions."
God ordered the deaths of the women with children.
Yeah. Yeah, he said he drowned a whole bunch of women that were pregnant at the time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so fuck you and your pro-life bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Plus all the kids who hadn't done shit, and the animals who hadn't done shit.
Every
God was gonna
puppy and little tiny baby
God
that
said-
were playing together with the little ducklings all drowned.
Yeah.
According to them.
Couldn't the
God
ducks just
fucking
float up though?
Found puppies. Oh no, the ducks were fine.
You don't know.
You don't know. You weren't there. You weren't there.
The ducks
You
were
went there.
fine. That's why
No.
ducks and geese are evil fucks.
So what about the whales?
Have you looked at a
Oh,
geese
those
a goose's
are fine.
mouth? they have
Yeah,
fucking
no,
serrated
that's
tongues,
why-
man.
Yeah, that's why like all the aquatic life. That's
Yeah.
why they're all a little bit evil. That's why otters like rape things.
Oh, but they're still
Orcas don't
Oh, yeah.
hurt people.
No, they don't hurt people, but they fuck shit up when they come to
Yeah, they
like seals. And
What about the blue
stuff.
whale? The blue whale doesn't do shit. The blue whale eats
Oh,
krill.
Yeah,
I
the
watched
blue whale's fine.
I watched the video of a dolphin masturbating with a fish one time, a dead fish. So
Decapitated fish. Dolphins are
Hell
fucked
yeah.
up, yo. And
They're
I think dolphins are capable of straight up murder.
can
And
you
I
blame 'em?
maintain that's because they're smart.
Yeah. Don't trust no humans.
Mhm.
And they're evil
Yes.
because they
Yeah,
didn't get
Because you have to have a
Because they-
certain level of intelligence to have malevolence. I'm sorry. Like
They're-
to be able to be able to be a racist, you have to have a certain level of intelligence of your species. And dolphins, fucking bottlenose dolphins, are fucking racist
Oh,
against porpoises.
That's another T-shirt.
Racist
Dol-
porpoise.
Dolphins are racist.
Dolphins are racist.
I just got a mental image of a fucking dolphin wearing like the Nazi armband, sea heiling with his flipper. Well, since we're talking about all sorts of other people that are just, totalitarianism, how about the Muslims of the world out there? Not all of them, mind you, not all of them, but there was a trending hashtag on Twitter earlier this week in Arabic, which translated out to, this came from Faisal Al-Mutar, the
Mhm.
the one of the biggest like ex Muslims out there in the atheist world that does a lot of talking about this stuff. Anyway, he came out and said that the hashtag translated to, "We demand the killing of the atheists," as a trending topic on Twitter. So just gives you a second there to sober up real quick and be like, wow, there's people that want us dead. How about that?
Oh
Mm,
yeah, no.
It's nice. It's nice to be reminded that we're fighting a good fight out there, people. So
Yeah, no. I keep reminding people because I tell them that I'm, an atheist and stuff, and
Yeah.
even atheists will be like, "Oh yeah," and I'm like, people are being murdered for this, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Kids are being
Yeah.
kicked out of their homes for this." It is in many ways akin to the gay rights movement. Now, it's a lot harder
Yeah.
to spot us in a crowd
Mhm.
and then drag us behind a pickup truck. Yeah, it's a lot harder to do that because the reality is that we're not constantly walking around with an atheist symbol everywhere. Even if
Yeah.
you have it
I'm
tattooed to
about
yourself,
to.
some days, no, even some days you're going to wear a long sleeve and it's going to be covered up. That's the reality.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
And
I'm
you
never gonna
can't-
get the A tattoo or anything like that. More luck to all those people out there that want to get that done. I just I don't know.
I just don't have any tattoos. That's my
Yeah.
thing. Like,
I mean, I'd rather get a giant Megatron or something,
but the thing is that there are a lot of people who wish a lot of ill will on us. We talked about this on the left show today too.
Yeah.
Even is
Yeah.
atheists are the most hated group in America.
Actually, it changed. The
Oh?
Yeah.
not the most hated, but the running for elected office. They came out with a
Yeah.
new poll. We're finally
Oh.
above
Who are
pedophile.
we beating?
Pedophile.
Oh, we beat pedophiles.
We're finally on top of
Finally.
pedophiles.
Finally.
Wait, fuck,
You
that's bad
you
phrasing.
You might want to reword that.
Yeah, I don't want to be on top of a pedophile. No,
No, there are a lot of people who would like to harm us, who would like. There are people actively in the world being harmed for this. The thing is, I even me, loud and proud, happy to be atheist. There are people who know me for months, and they're like, I had no idea. Yeah. And that's because it just doesn't come up.
And because it really shouldn't fucking matter. If we lived in the world we'd like to be in.
To mention.
Yeah, if we lived in the world we want to live in, it would never come up in conversation because the people would keep that shit to themselves and we'd keep the shit to ourselves, you know.
People know that I'm a bigger Doctor Who fan and that I hate bras before they know I'm an atheist most of the time, unless I'm introduced as the president of Atheists of Utah, which happens a lot, actually.
That lady.
And then they're like, oh, you're an atheist. Yep. But the thing is, like, I don't like religion. I think religion is bad. I think it's a bad thing. I don't want to kill anyone.
No. I want their religion dead. I want all religion dead, thank you.
As a concept. As a concept, but you can't kill it. But
you can't murder
You can't murder a concept.
For people that couldn't see, I was stabbing at the camera.
There's an idea. I'm strangling an idea.
We've done worse in America. We were at war with terror, or we currently are at war with terror. I don't know.
Right, which was always a stupid war because you can't fight
we still are at war with terror. In Utah, we're at war with porn now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because that goddamn porn, you know.
Oh, let me just close down this browser on my phone.
I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna go to our first break. We'll be back with a fun little game we're gonna play with you guys. So just give us 1 sec, and we will be right fucking back. All right, so we're back from our first little break. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is Utah Outcasts. This is Kyle, Felicia, and this is X. And I'm gonna turn the reins over to Mr. Steenblick because he's the guy that pretty much wrote this whole next segment. So, Kyle, what are we doing tonight?
We're going to be playing a little game called Bible or Bullshit.
Ooh, I know. I got a song that would go great in the background, but it's The Bible is Bullshit. Yeah. So, what do you got for us?
So, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys either a real... I'm going to give you guys either a real or a fake Bible verse. And you have to tell whether it's real or fake.
Like, can I be
whether
all right, let's do this.
What version? You know. No, just kidding.
If you really want to get into the version, I used King James as the basis.
You didn't go NIV? Oh God, no, I'm kidding. I don't have any experience with that fucking.
I probably should go. I probably should because it's a lot easier to fake that one than the King James.
Or you could go the Joseph Smith version where most of it is faked. So.
No, that'd be all bullshit right there. I wouldn't even have to make up anything fake.
Have a buzzer. Bring bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
That one's bullshit. Yeah, and this one's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
To be fair, the Bible is entirely bullshit, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yes.
Which one? Oh, I'm excited. Let's do this.
We can't call bullshit immediately, even though we all agree it's all bullshit. It's going to be whether it was in the book or not in the book. So
right.
In the book or not.
Bullshit's catchier, so we're going to stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're sticking with. This is a game that is in its infancy.
Yeah, so please bear with us, guys.
Bear with us. This is the first time we're trying this out. I'm going to expand it a lot as we go, but it's actually
drunk. Hi.
That's when this game works the best.
Awesome. Let's do this.
Let's go for it.
All right. Soon we're going to have like a big spinny wheel that you spin for something.
I'll take rape in the Bible for 400, Alex.
Oh, shit.
Shit. Son of a bitch. That's horrible, but it's out there.
That doesn't
slavery is A-OK for 1,000, Alex.
That doesn't narrow it down either.
Women should be silent for 100, Alex.
What is Matthew? Or is that Timothy? I don't know. Fucking. I don't even know all the names of the books. I should, but no, that's okay.
Oh, the women hate was pretty prevalent in John.
Well, I know,
like from the beginning.
I know. What is it? What's the one where it has all the rules about what you can or can't eat? Is not Ezekiel? Leviticus 2013. I love that one. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for drilling that.
Leviticus also has some crazy rules about periods.
Yeah, and burnt offerings too.
I'm not sacrificing a dove every time I bleed, motherfucker. Fuck you.
You ever tried catching one? They're fucking hard.
Yeah, they are. You can't catch those things worth shit.
Not very much meat on the bones either.
And I bleed once a month for a week. I have an IUD. Shut the fuck up. Copper, not hormone. Hormone basically removes your period. So women who are afraid, I still love my IUD.
And it works.
Yep.
It's like magic.
It's amazing. Are you kidding me? It works awesome.
So, Bible or bullshit?
Bible or bullshit?
Bible
All
or
right.
bullshit.
Here we go. So let's go with our first verse here. Let me pick one.
Shit show.
All right, here we go.
You guys.
And it came to pass, by the way of the inn, that the Lord met him, and sought to kill him. And then Zechariah took a sharp stone, and cut off the foreskin of her son, and cast it at his feet, and said, Surely a bloody husband art thou to me.
Bible.
That's bullshit.
We have one for Bible and one for bullshit. I feel like we should be like taking wagers over here.
I am taking score. I'm taking score right the fuck now.
Right, we have X saying Bible and Felicia saying bullshit. That is Bible.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I remember the foreskin throwing story. Like, I stopped that killer in his tracks. Whoa! And the killer was God.
That is from Exodus chapter 4.
Nuh-uh.
Get back. I throw a cock ring at you.
She threw his own foreskin at him?
Oh, yeah.
Stopped him dead in his tracks.
I learned something else about this book. I'm like, fuck it, it's the most insane thing in the world. All right, let's do this.
And
All right.
It gets more and more insane.
Here we go. Next. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up. And it was in my mouth, sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter.
Bullshit.
Oh, God damn. Oh, you're both wrong.
What? It sounded so bullshit.
No.
That is from Revelations chapter 10.
What the
Ate
fuck?
up the itty bitty book.
Are you kidding me?
Itty bitty man in an itty bitty boat. I don't believe
They
it.
ate a book from the angel and then it was bitter in their stomach? What the fuck shit is this?
He done ate the book.
That's terrible. That's really fucking bad.
What the fuck was the guy who wrote Revelations on?
I don't know.
I don't know. There's mouth sword Jesus in there though. If you read it hard enough, he's got a sword coming out of his mouth. Like
the fuck shit. All right, let's do this. Another one.
All right. Here we go. And the Lord looked upon that which he had made, and was displeased. He remade the beasts, that they could not mingle with the kind of another kind, and the Lord was pleased with this order.
there's that goddamn kind thing
That's
that the
Bible.
Christian's like,
That's
this is
the
Bible.
Bible.
I'm going Bible.
That's the Bible.
Both going with Bible on that one?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the Bible.
God damn it, because you're both wrong again.
It
No!
sounds so real.
Are you
That
kidding
is
me?
complete bullshit.
Are you shitting me?
We're
They have
fucking...
the in-kind bit and like Bible, like beasts cannot mate with other beasts. Like that sounds total Bible. Kyle, you're really good at this, dude.
If you wrote these, you can write your own holy book.
Oh no, I wrote that one.
Like we need to
Dude,
find your.
that was excellent.
Yeah, we need to.
Excellent, because I was like, yeah, that's definitely in the Bible. I've even read Genesis. That's definitely in there.
That sounded like it. It sounded so much like it, where he's like, yeah, I fucked up. Let me start again. You know, 'cause, you know, God, the perfect being, has to start things more than once. You know? But you can't get it.
You guys got God's tone down to like, yeah.
Like I said, the King James is hard to replicate.
Yeah,
oh, good.
Okay, here we go. I like this one. He that is wounded in the stones, or hath his privy member cut off, shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
Bible.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you're not allowed to be a Christian if you don't have your pipe working or you don't have your balls. Yeah, I know that one. Most of the dick stuff in the Bible, I know.
Okay, hang on. Let me skip over all the dick ones.
Like, God damn it! Next, why do you know this
skip
stuff?
I gotta tell you, I spent a whole day like Googling dick references in the Bible.
What's funny is that if you're looking at that at work, they'd be like, "Oh, he's studying his Bible. He must be such a devout person." You're like you're looking
Dicks
at horrible shit in
Bible.
text, you know. But there's a story you just heard of a lady cutting the foreskin off of a kid and chucking it at a killer to stop the person.
I don't understand how that's.
But you're such a good person because you're reading your Bible.
The cognitive dissonance in Bible believers is strong because there is a handful who have actually read their Bible and just don't remember that part.
Oh, Ned, haven't you ever read this thing? Technically, you can't even go to the bathroom without breaking one of the laws.
Just gloss over the bad parts, like this one. And Ehud put forth his left hand and took the dagger from his right thigh and thrust it into his belly, and the haft went in after the blade, and the fat closed upon the blade, so that he could not draw the dagger out of his belly, and the dirt came out.
That's Bible.
I'm calling bullshit on this one.
Oh, because that one's Bible.
Oh, what the fuck? He put the blade all the way in? He shoved it all the way in there, didn't he?
Shoved it all the way in so he couldn't get it out, and then the dirt came out. And
tied score 2-2.
By dirt, I'm assuming they meant like shit.
Yeah, gut wound. Yeah, you can get a lot of poop out of that.
I think you're right. I think that's probably shit. That's 2 for 2x.
Yeah, it is 2-2 right now.
All right.
Bullshit,
it all sounds like bullshit.
Well, I mean, but that one especially
like,
because
it's all insane.
Like, I wouldn't expect them to know the word for the bottom of the blade. You know? Like, no, they weren't smart enough back then. They were still fucking sheep. I mean, most people still do that nowadays, but wait, I shouldn't say most people. Most people don't fuck their animals. I'm sorry. In Soviet Russia, animals fuck you.
Here we go. This is a good one. I like this one. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives reveled without him. And Solomon was much angered and did look upon them from afar.
I'm going to go Bible on this one.
Hold on, I'm thinking. Quran?
That's not an option!
Fine. Bullshit. Yeah, I'm going bullshit.
Splitting with X.
Yeah.
Yay, up one.
Apparently Felicia knows her Bible better than X.
Yeah, bitch.
No, I said it was Bible. She said bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, because there was no part where the concubines reveled with each other. That wasn't in the Bible.
Oh.
But it could have been.
Oh,
Now, did you take a Bible passage and add to that? I swear to God, that was something I remember from Because, you read something about lots of wives and concubines as a little boy in church. You're like, man, this guy must be getting laid a lot.
Oh, no, yeah, that one was based on an actual Bible verse, yes.
God damn it.
Yeah, but no, there was no part where the concubines reveled amongst themselves. That wasn't a thing in the Bible because, women don't
They can't
enjoy
enjoy
sex.
themselves. No,
Women don't enjoy sex. Fuck you. No, that's what gave it off. Yeah.
Could you imagine back then when there was not a fucking thing to do, how often you'd flick the bean? I mean, you're like, fuck, okay. Let's greet the sun. Hey, sun.
Yeah.
Hi, that's how I greet the sun every goddamn day. I'm like,
you've got to imagine with 700 wives and 300 concubines all in the same space.
What if they're all in the same cycle? Man, that'd be just a red tide.
Oh God,
crimson tide.
Well, they do synchronize after a little while.
That
would be.
Do. No, they do. That's like proven. It's pheromones. We smell the hormones of the females that we live with, and then we sync up. That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
Oh yeah. No, Solomon would be in deep shit.
No, he would just send them out to that giant fucking community of red tents every month.
There's a whole village of red tents out there.
The red tent rule had nothing to do with, the fact that they were unclean. It's just like, I don't want them around. I don't want that bitchy woman around. Because the men were in power. I'm just saying. I'm not saying.
No, that's like the 2 days before when you can't really tell.
Yeah, that's true. So it is an unclean thing because they're just like, ew, mine doesn't do that. Yuck.
It's premenstrual for a reason. Which, by the way, is pretty much complete bullshit.
Yeah. There's just a lot of people use it as a good,
Oh, yeah. It's a fantastic excuse, and it's a great punchline.
Are we talking about PMS as being bullshit?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Well, not complete bullshit, but
no, because I'm telling you right now that I do go through hormonal shifts where I'm not like it's not like what I didn't believe before. Nothing like inherently changes about me, but I'm telling you that when I'm about a week out from my period, I do experience some emotional disrupt. Where it's like, dude, I just can't today, and maybe like no, it's tough. It sucks because it's not something I enjoy, nor do I use it. And they said, yeah, maybe women use it as a cultural excuse to finally justify their fucking emotions, which would be nice, right? Because our emotions or pain or expression are constantly like just, oh, she's just fucking,
it would just be nice.
It doesn't really mean anything.
It would just be really nice in a society if I could actually express those emotions. That'd be great and not be considered some sort of, less than man,
Yeah, that'd be really
awesome. Yeah, you're not allowed. Sorry.
But I do find myself, I have every once in a while, it's not every month. Found myself just fucking crying. I don't have a good explanation. I just start crying. And I do know that when I've taken the morning after pill, that that's like comes on like hard. Like the morning after pill made me insane. Like I was just like doing dishes like
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just saying that's fucking funny.
It's comforting. It's comforting to know that that's not just a side effect of being married to me.
No, I do go through emotional upheaval. I do, and they do know that hormones can affect emotional reaction. In fact, if you drastically alter a man's hormones, they will emotionally react. The thing is that females go on a cycle.
Hey, you guys ready for a dad joke?
Yeah.
How do you make a hormone?
Damn it. Okay. God damn it.
Don't pay her.
Oh.
Dad joke.
God damn it.
All right, you got any more Bible verses for us? Yeah, I'm going to shut up.
Oh, no, yeah, I've got more.
Somebody out there is losing their shit right now from that joke.
I'm just trying to say that women, like, so there's a current hypothesis among certain feminists, including feminist scientists, that this idea that PMS doesn't exist is also a way to discredit women.
Yeah, Kyle, shut up, you cisgendered shitlord.
I'm sorry.
Look, here's the thing, is that men go through the same hormonal cycles, just less predictable than women.
Yeah,
I
ours
know.
is like ups and downs like all goddamn day. So
It
Yeah,
is.
I know. Because
And it's far more affected by day-to-day things than ours are. And so ours are highly regulated, therefore we can attribute patterns to them where there's patterns. And maybe it's cultural, maybe it's not. But the reality is that sometimes I find myself crying and I can't control it.
the real problem is we cannot, us straight males cannot, because we're not empathetic enough, we cannot synchronize our cycles with our partners.
Right. No, you can't. You can't.
So-
That's not even empathy. That's, you just simply cannot.
Yeah,
So
we can't. Otherwise it'd be okay because we could cry together, but we can't. So
I wanna
we just
find
don't.
the
We
old
just don't understand.
the old
it
insert
sucks.
that has the star flying that you'd see during the commercials. The more you know.
A man cannot synchronize his hormonal cycle with his partner.
So when you have a female in your life who you care about and she's acting like she's just upset and you can't attribute the reason, she can't either, please just give her a foot rub and tell her that she's pretty.
That's
It
backfired.
actually helps.
And just accept the fact that she's probably not going to take it the right way.
You know,
You can't win.
just be there. Just be
Can't
there.
win. At that point, you can't win. Just roll with it.
That's so weird because, like, telling me I'm, like, because, like, being pretty is not my number one goal in life. It's really not. And so, but in that moment where it's like, when I'm at my lowest and I feel shitty, if I'm told I'm pretty, I feel like I'm still winning, even if I don't feel pretty right now. Like,
Right. But if you say that at the wrong moment,
The fuck is that supposed to mean? Are you
Yay.
kidding me right now? Like, I'm just
Look, yeah,
trying.
no,
Well,
no,
quit
what-
fucking trying.
nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you.
Oh,
you
no,
just say,
Appreciate your kindness
Look.
and your support. She's trying her best, okay? And you know what, motherfuckers? Because we've been there for you. We have. We have seen you go through some dark shit, and we've been there for you, and we've been patient, and we've been kind, and we've just let it happen.
Felicia,
And you know what? And we just go, okay, he's just dealing with a thing at the moment. I don't know what it is. I'm just gonna ride it through.
You're-
And we do that. I'm telling you, I've seen enough men have a bad day.
you're preaching to the choir
Mhm.
here.
oh
Plus, both of us have lived through 2 pregnancies each. So
yeah. No,
I've never done that.
yeah.
my favorite is when I walk into the room and it's like, well, aren't you gonna tell me I look nice?
Uh-oh. That's a fucking baited hook right there, man.
I just hi. I just walked into the room. Hi.
Now, are you saying that because you think I look pretty, or you just?
Well, it's like here's the problem. Because if I say it now, it's gonna be you're just saying that because I asked you to say that.
Oh God,
Don't rationalize it. Don't.
My
I'm sorry, I don't have the answers there. I actually don't know that.
there is no answer because I am one of those individuals who just absolutely cannot. Oh look, there's a hook.
And that's the
Look.
bad thing about it. You can't even do the Zen thing. You can't even do the whole, the only way to win is to never play the game. No, because even if you don't jump into it at all, even if you see the game board set up in front of you and you're like, okay, I actually have 3 choices here. I don't have A or B. I can not play the game. But not playing it would be worse off than if you did either of the other ones.
Oh,
And you're like,
so
fuck,
weird
okay.
Because like me,
Yeah.
I'm like my question is like, it's not am I pretty? Am I good enough? My question is, Tell me you love me. Like, that's like, and then he goes, I do love you. I'm like, okay.
Well, you know what, guys? Both of
And
you.
then I go, I'm still dealing with some internal struggles, but he gave me the word I needed, so I'm just gonna take that. Like,
Both of you are good enough. You're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you.
oh.
Yeah, no, my problem is I get the question of you love me, don't you? And my answer is usually I came home, didn't I?
You set yourself up for that shit.
Oh no.
Fuck you, Kyle. That is the wrong answer.
I do absolutely every time. Like if there is a wrong answer in the choice, I will go right for it.
All right, next Bible verse, because I don't want to go into a lecture as why that is the wrong answer.
It's currently 3-2. We could either tie it up or we could make Felicia the definitive winner here. So let's finish this one up.
Okay. Let me pick a good one.
This dead air brought to you by
Dead air.
by Period Chat.
Periods are a bitch.
No, that should bring up the.
Fuck any man who bitches about them because they hurt me so much. They hurt me so much.
It should make the demographics on YouTube and stuff a lot better because people are like, yeah, preach, fucking preach.
Yeah.
I hurt. You know what? No, you guys can bitch about like her not like communicating properly because I'm telling you right now, it hurts like a motherfucker. Like it hurts. Yeah, forgive me for not being 100% rational while I'm like doubled over going, okay, Jesus fucking Christ, fuck you. Wow. Like, it hurts. It hurts.
Oh, you finally caught up. You were like out of sync that whole rant right there. So people watching on YouTube would be like, it hurts. Like you're watching a bad dubbed movie. Kyle, what's our Bible verse, man? Or what's our
Bible
bullshit?
Verse? Our Bible or bullshit verse is... Yet she multiplied her whoredoms in calling to remembrance of the days of her youth, wherein she played the harlot in the land of Egypt. For she doteth upon her paramours, whose flesh is as the flesh of asses, and whose issue is like the issue of horses.
Yeah, no, this is the Bible, I know, and it's paramour, darling.
I've been drinking, so
paramour. The word is paramour.
Yeah, I'm going Bible too, so it's gonna be
definitely the Bible.
Yeah, I know you're tying up. Yeah, that's the Bible. That's a pretty well-known one where she. And
that is Felicia 4x3. Felicia wins. Oh,
yeah, give it to the Catholic instead of the shitty Baptist.
I came back, motherfucker.
Oh, I couldn't even get to some of my favorites.
Let's do one more. Let's do one
more.
One
more. Let's do one more. Let's do one more.
One more. Oh, so this is... Okay, here we go. And the Lord said unto him, What is in thine hand? And he said, A serpent, my Lord. And he said, Place thy hand upon thy serpent. And he cast upon the ground before the Lord, and this pleaseth the Lord.
That's bullshit.
I'm going to go Bible.
God damn it. Okay, Felicia wins.
Okay, yep, definitive win.
That was an obvious masturbation metaphor.
Oh, yes it was. I couldn't avoid the masturbation metaphor.
See, and I was thinking it was going to be something out of like Exodus with the whole, staff and snake and bullshit like that. So.
Oh God,
that was a bastardization of an Exodus verse. Yes.
Oh, see, God damn it.
No.
If you want to copy the Bible, you have to bastardize the Bible.
Yeah, just like the Book of Mormon did.
That was excellent. But I took
it from Joseph Smith.
You did. Okay, that's going to bring us to our second break. We'll be back here in a second with our Fun with Real Audio segment, and we're going to keep this one kind of brief because, God damn it. You guys just sat through that whole segment, so we're not going to hurt you that bad. We'll be right back. This is Utah Outcasts. Okay, so we're back from our little break there. Hopefully you enjoyed the Bible or Bullshit game. We're going to refine it, guys. This is season 2. We're not like 300 episodes deep like fucking Cogdis and all these other shows out there. I mean, we can't all be Godless Revolution with like 100+ episodes of our belt. God, come on, guys. But we do have fun with real audio, and we fucking know how to conquer this bit. So the first one that we have up for you tonight is a marvelous piece that's done on the Alex Jones InfoWars show, whatever the fuck show it is.
Fuck you, Act.
I know.
God damn it.
We get into the intelligence community and what I said a long time ago. When the CIA recruits an individual, particularly a president of the United States, there has to be...
Just let that sink in for a second.
What?
The CIA brought in President Obama. Like,
No.
What?
he's the president,
I
guys.
want-
What?
Proof
No.
positive the CIA did not pick the presidential candidates is Donald fucking Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's good psyops right there. This is a guy named Dr. Steve, not Brule, but Pyzinik, or it's a Czech name, or it's it's one of those Polish names where I have a hard time. It has too many consonants. Anyway, he's talking about Obama, of course.
A psychological deficit and lacunae in their personality. In the case of Bill Clinton, it was the fact his mother was a prostitute. She ran a whorehouse in Hope, Arkansas, and he was nothing but the bastard child of the John. In the case of Obama, he was known to be a homosexual in Chicago with Rami Emanuel, who was trained in ballet dancer, and he was recruited by the CIA repeatedly and basically threatened by them and the Muslim Brotherhood and everything else. That's why the political correctness comes in. Now, in the case of Hillary Clinton, I've known her for years.
That's so terrible.
All the things I need to address. One, if you
What?
are a prostitute, that is not an implication on you, your character, or anything else. That is not an implication on your mother or anything else. Oh, okay. Well, hold on. There's a lot there. There's a lot to unpack.
Rahm Emanuel and Obama were male hookers or something like that.
Homosexuals are not bad people. Okay,
No.
like, can we just
No,
like
no,
no,
they're not.
I hate the
Not-
term homosexual.
Neither are prostitutes.
Right.
Well, it's like I learned earlier today that the Night of Long Knives that happened in Germany before the Nazis took over was a gay plot.
Yeah, it's like no, there's the gays. That's not an implication on a person's character.
And I kept
or
waiting
morality.
for Ryan Duffy to make a dick joke between Night of Long Knives and penises. I just kept waiting for.
I can't even. Hold on. Okay, so even if which is this isn't true.
This is what led
That
to
Bill Clinton was born of a prostitute's John. Fuck that. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's an irrelevant fact.
It's a biological donor. Who gives a fuck? That doesn't make you less of a person.
If Barack Obama was a homosexual, which he's not.
Well, didn't you know
Like-
he's married to a transsexual man?
Michelle Obama is just rad.
She's fucking gorgeous too.
No, yeah.
That's
No.
not her only qualification, but god damn it, man.
She's
When-
like the picture of grace and like poise and style and like just elegance. Like, she is what women want to be.
like their
motherfucker.
inauguration party, I was tearing up when like they had their little slow dance thing that was going on, and
Yeah, no, fucking stay away from Michelle. Just fuck. No.
because God forbid she wants your kids to eat a vegetable every once in a while. You
Right?
fucking
Yeah.
complacent
Yeah.
Americans.
Go-
God.
yeah. Go ahead and attack Barack as much as you want.
Yeah, but
But
Michelle is
Leave Michelle alone because she is fucking
incredible,
awesome.
brilliant lawyer who understands nutrition science and like vaguely.
Have you guys honestly? I mean, we've thought about with Hillary getting the nomination because guys, come on. Bernie even kind of came out earlier this week saying, "Look, I know how to do math. It looks like I'm not going to win, and I'm going to be voting for Hillary." And so,
Yeah.
just think about it this way: if Trump doesn't get usurped at the convention and replaced by somebody else that actually stands a chance of winning, I mean, he actually stands a pretty good
If
chance.
they
still,
usurp him, that guy has no chance of winning.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever.
But anyway, just think: if Clinton wins, that puts Bill as the very first, what would you call him?
The first
Lord,
husband.
First man.
first Lord, late lords and lady. I don't know.
First Lord. First Lord.
Oh,
Lord Clinton.
That's technically correct, but they wouldn't do that. They'd
Yes.
be
They wouldn't do that.
man.
no.
It just makes me giggle on the inside just a little bit. I'm like, Bill's gonna be like chasing around Hillary for once instead.
Yeah, what would you call him? The first Mr. Former President? Because you never lose the title.
No.
It's
It's gonna be so funny. Just think about it.
it's amazing. I love it. I love everything about it.
Mr. and Mrs.
No.
President.
But that okay. So back to what this crazy said. Barack Obama is a closeted homosexual. Hold on. What did he say after that? Because my brain broke.
And how the Muslim Brotherhood was trying to muscle him into things. That's why he's been so politically correct and not saying the Islamic terrorist thing, and that's what she's going to get to.
Islamic Brotherhood isn't a fan of the gays.
No, they're not, and they didn't exist for they're new.
They are new. They are in fact incredibly new.
No, didn't you know they've been all inside the White House? Apparently
They've
infiltrated everything.
Deep.
Anyway, he was going to talk about Clinton because the PC thing came up, and it's going to be Hillary Clinton, and I bet she's going to somehow talked about the you can't call it extreme Islamic terrorism or something like that, and like that.
No,
the name
I
of it
actually
fucking
don't
matters,
mind. As somebody who hates religion, I actually don't mind him avoiding that term because it's not like they call him extreme Christian terrorists.
Yeah, and so
years, and I've known her, other family members. She is a well-known lesbian. The reason why she's been recruited and can be threatened is she's had a history of lesbian affairs, which is relevant only to the fact that it's a national security problem.
Who the fuck cares if she did? Even if she did.
Yeah, zero fuck given.
Yeah, how is that national?
That would mean that we have a bi-president. The conservatives' heads would fucking explode. Could you imagine?
Aberdeen may be her lover. Aberdeen may be her lesbian lover. I could care less. But the point of fact is that not one of our presidents, presently or in the future, other than Trump, is a highly compromised candidate.
And that's why they hate Trump. He's not compromised. He's open about women.
Hang
On
on.
to the other element. I have always implicated the Secret Service. They have never served our country.
Dr. Pachenik, we're finishing a point about the Secret Service being sycophantic.
I'm not going to let him finish, but Trump is not compromised. Are you fucking kidding me?
Trump is okay, he's Hitler, guys. He's Hitler.
You're going full Godwin on this one.
No, I am.
Cards down. Bam! Fucking Uno, bitch.
No, okay, he is registry of Muslims, dude.
Is it a Godwin if you call him Mussolini?
Yeah, Mussolini would be more. I mean, just as bad, but yeah, I would call him more of a Saddam. That's what I'd call him.
No, fuck that. No. His rise to power is remarkably similar to that of Hitler.
It
fuck
is.
That.
Except,
I'm going full Godwin on this, and it's not a logical fallacy. Fuck you.
Except Hitler was charismatic.
Was he though?
Yeah,
because
Hitler never said the word bigly, you know?
No, he didn't. You're right. His vocabulary was better.
He was. No, Adolf Hitler was a charismatic, very influential public speaker and public speaker.
Yeah, and Donald Trump has had how many reality shows and has been how popular for however?
I mean, he was in the Little Rascals. I watched that the other day. That threw me out for a second.
What the fuck shit are you kidding me?
Yeah, do you remember did you watch the 90s version of Little Rascals?
I did. I don't remember.
You remember the little rich fucking kid that you wanted to strangle the whole goddamn movie for moving in on Darla? That had the solar powered racer thing that.
Nope.
No. Yeah, he played that
kid's dad. Yeah.
Yeah, he was also in Home Alone 2.
Which was in New York. That was the plot device for that one.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I will never vote for somebody who is in any of the Home Alone movies.
Yeah, I'll never vote for the person that fathered a child that fucked with alfalfa. Get out of here. So the next one that we have up here is my favorite guy, Brian Fisher.
Oh, God damn it.
We'll go through this one quickly. Hang on. He wants to talk about gun control. So
I think the reality, Chris, is I think they know what they're doing. They just don't want us to know what they're doing. I mean,
how's he talking to me directly? That's fucking crazy.
If they came to us and they said, look, we want to allow bureaucrats in cubicles on the other side of the country to decide whether you get to have your constitutional rights or not, the American people would say, over my dead body. But that's not how they approach it.
No, we regularly give up our rights.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we don't. No, I'm actually super civil liberties here. Like,
I'm just saying that
here,
people have. They have. I'm saying it's not like they haven't done it. We have TSA that trample over your fucking rights, illegal seizure and search.
Fair,
and
like I'm opposed to that concept as well.
Well, I know, but people run headlong into this stupid shit when they feel like they're being threatened. Like, terrorist attack. Oh God, take away my liberties. Make sure I'm safe. I want to be safe. Please make sure I'm safe. It's like once we finally get like a CCTV thing, like how they have in England right now, like. People are going to be like, oh, well, we're so much safer now. Be like, you realize what you gave up, right? I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not worried about it. I hate that.
You know what? No, I don't want fuckers coming into my home and searching shit. I don't. Okay, let me give you, real quick. I want to give you a perfectly legit legal example of why you don't want people searching your home, okay? So there was a grown woman whose home was, I knew her. I'm not going to give any names or context. I knew her. Her home was broken into by a teenager in her neighborhood, just some kid causing trouble.
Yeah.
And the police, in her advocacy, had to search through her entire drawer that was dedicated to her sexual stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She had to pull out and itemize every single one of her porn videos and her sex toys and describe them, tell them exactly what it was so that they could record it, and then tell them what was missing. I'm sorry, and I am a pro-sex person. I am, but with a complete stranger in a uniform, I don't want to have to expose myself like that. That's none of your goddamn business. This is my personal sex life, and I don't want to have to, and it's not me. I'm telling you right now, it's not me. I haven't had to do this. Like, for a friend, right? No, this was somebody I knew. Her home was broken into, and she had to go, in order to prove that he stole something from her, had to itemize every single thing that was personal to her. Very inherently personal. She wasn't doing anything illegal. Nothing she had was illegal. But it was still private. Like, the reality is that, no, you don't want the police going through your every file, your every moment, your every memory, and telling you what is legitimate and what is not, and having you have to explain everything. It doesn't matter, because your privacy is your privacy, so fuck right off.
Yeah, but I want people to register their guns.
Yeah, that's not my that was.
You have to register dildos or anything.
What I'm saying, that was not no.
No. I'm just saying that's where Brian Fisher's headed, and I'm trying to veer us back.
Yeah, no, where's your guns? That's
we
not
want to keep you safe. We don't want to let somebody on the terror watch list get a gun. So they're taking away our constitutional rights. They know they're doing that. They know they're denying the right to keep and bear arms to American citizens, but they're not going.
I'm not worried about the keep and bear arms thing. I'm worried about due process. That's all I'm worried about.
Yeah, that's all I care about.
Due process is a a big concern. But as far as the Second Amendment goes, they have every right to regulate that.
Yeah, well-regulated fucking militia people. It's right there.
Yeah.
Now tell us that that's what they're doing. It's just, and so that's how you get 86% of the American people to think it's a good idea, because they're lying to us. They're not.
No, you get 86% of people because we're tired of fellow gay family members being blown away and children being fucking massacred at the same time. We're tired of that. That's what we're tired of.
telling us the
we're
full detail.
tired.
That's exactly how Satan works. That's how he deceives us. He never
No.
tells us, look, if you do this thing I'm dangling in front of you, it will destroy you. He never says that because he knows he wouldn't go for it. You know, that's how he got Adam and Eve. He says, look, God's holding out on you.
No, he got Eve. He didn't get Adam.
And Eve believed the thing. He's like, no, God's lying to you. And Satan was right.
Yeah, he was. Look.
Hell of a salesman.
Hell of a salesman. He told you the truth.
The fruit she ate was the fruit of
knowledge.
Of good and evil.
Knowledge of good and evil. In other words, Satan gave her the ability to know the difference between good and evil.
Yes.
And what's the first thing they do? They cover up their dangly bits. That makes me sad.
Me too.
No, that wasn't until after they were kicked out. Look, you're banished to the wilderness. And if you're banished to the wilderness, what's the first thing you're gonna do?
You don't want to walk through nettles and thistles and shit.
Yeah, you're gonna cover up. You're gonna cover up
like bikinis.
Yeah, you're gonna cover up the bits that are gonna get scratched pretty easily by sticks.
Yeah. Oh God, I could just imagine. Oh no, sorry, no, not gonna go down that road. Okay, Brian, finish me up.
Did not tell Adam and Eve, look, if you eat the apple as I'm tempting you to do, you're going to experience a fall into sin. Humanity is going to be plunged into depravity. You are going to be separated from God. You are going to need blood sacrifices to be reconciled. They wouldn't have gone for it. So Satan doesn't tell them that. What he says to them, look, God is holding out on you. There's a world of pleasure out there, and God's a killjoy. He's a cosmic killjoy. He doesn't want you to have any fun.
Hashtag butt
That's
stuff.
not what he said. That's not what he said. What he said is this is the knowledge of good and evil. And then and God said, God didn't say that like you'd be plunged into misery. What he said is, do not eat it, for therefore thou shalt die this day. This day.
God, like, I'm going to kill you, bitch. You eat my food, I'm going to stab you.
Right. God told them, if you eat of this, you will die that day. And so she didn't. Until Satan said, nah, it's not true.
It's not going to kill you.
It won't kill you this day, and it will give you the knowledge of good and evil. So she ate it and found out that fucking however you want isn't evil. She came to realize that there's a difference between the rules you've been given and that which is truly moral and immoral. If we actually have to look at the metaphor, she became aware of the knowledge between that which she was indoctrinated with and that which is what was reality. And God didn't like the reality, therefore he cast them out.
No, he's a pretty shitty God, really.
That's why he's done this, and that's how he gets us to take a bite out of the apple, and then it's too late. And that's what the left is trying to do with this no-fly, no-buy thing. It's just Satan. I mean, I'm accusing them of being Satan, but this is how Satan works.
Nice equivocation.
No.
Nice for you to finally step back like, oh, wait, I can't say that because I'm going to get reamed on that. Nope, you already made it to right-wing watch. There you go.
Nope, yeah.
Okay, so the last one that we're going to do before you guys have a choice tonight. You get Glenn Beck or Pat Robertson.
Oh, God damn it. Why?
I feel like I've heard the Pat Robertson one, so let's go Glenn Beck.
Let's see. The Robertson one is about satanic abortion rights, and the Glenn Beck one is about being civil rights leaders of today.
All right, we just did civil rights. Let's do Pat Robertson.
Okay.
Pat Robertson. Here we go. There we go.
Well, they call it the abortion distortion. They're just a
Sunday. The abortion distortion. Here's the megatone.
Abortion distortion.
Oh yeah. You only pay for the you pay for the whole seat, but you only need the couple of inches.
You pay for the whole seat. You only need the edge.
Tell it to me, Daddy.
I just kept thinking about how I'm gonna make a joke about a Hoover vacuum coming in here. I don't know. We have giant vacuums sucking.
Sucking.
Scheme of lies that keep filling the airways. I don't know what it is about this culture of death that we have here that just delights in killing people, but that's the way it is. They want to kill babies. They want to put to death old people. I mean, it's the whole idea.
Sounds like he's really afraid.
Come see the culture of death.
Come see the death panels. We have death panels. Pat's like, please don't kill me.
You can leave your coat hangers at the door.
Say what?
Death, and they seem to revel in it. And they seem to have no end to the deception that goes on in terms of covering up what they're doing. Just to think that when they were selling body parts out of Planned Parenthood.
Didn't happen.
They didn't.
No,
Didn't
no,
happen.
they weren't.
A thing that
But
occurred.
you know, tell that lie enough, tell it enough, and people believe it.
That they got a judge who wanted to arrest the people who took the pictures to reveal what they were doing. I mean, it's this kind of thing going on.
No, they wanted to arrest the guy because he was trying to buy body parts.
Yeah, no,
which
he
is
got
illegal.
arrested because he did the thing he was accusing them of doing.
Yeah, he was trying to traffic in human body parts, which you cannot do. That is illegal. Even if you are joking about it, it is still illegal. No, Pat, it has nothing. This guy's so far off fucking base.
And it's why it's a culture of death.
That was a hard H in front of that W. Why?
You have to look at the spiritual roots of some of this and say, well, the enemy of our soul is Satan, and he hates people. He hates human beings. And
No, he does.
I think he liked us to give us knowledge.
Last I checked, he was like super chill with us, actually.
He's like, I want you guys on my side. You guys are pretty fucking all right in my book.
The idea that humans can kill other humans and the devil wants to do everything to help it. How many have we killed so far? How many babies? 50 million, 55, maybe 60 million. The numbers are so high, it's hard to keep up with.
They ain't babies, motherfucker. And what about the woman?
None.
Yeah. How about
What about
because
the
they're
woman?
not babies. They're not babies.
They're not babies. And what about the fucking woman who has to carry them?
Yeah. How about let's go to the scoreboard for what your God has done versus Satan has done. Let's
No,
see.
Well,
seriously. What about the woman?
Why don't we go to the scoreboard of the number of actual babies that have been killed because people have been told that they can't have abortions?
Yeah.
So they just give birth in a bathroom and throw them away, or toss them in a dumpster.
Yep.
Give birth in an alley and throw them away.
And I'm walking away.
What's the count? Are you counting those? Because
no, he
Look,
just gives
because
you a gigantic...
a woman desperate to not have a baby will not have a baby. What do they not understand about this? This isn't a game to these women. This is their fucking lives.
Mm-hmm.
This is their children's lives. This isn't a game to these women. This isn't just fucking them just getting away with the fornication or whatever they want to say. No, this is desperation.
If they can't go to a safe clinic, they will find another way.
Because they have a legitimate reason for not wanting to be pregnant.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's not just a whim. It's not.
No, it's not. This is
Oh.
These fucking white men in their ivory fucking towers sitting there telling women that they need what they need to do with their fucking bodies. You know what? I'm terrified. As a woman of childbearing age, I'm terrified of pregnancy. It's it's something that if a woman wants to undertake, if she chooses to undertake that, yeah, you should give her everything she wants, because that's a hell of a thing to undertake. Okay, it's scary. And it's a lot. Yeah. It's a hard thing on her body. I'm terrified of it because it's pain and it's illness and it's
discomfort. It's everything.
It's discomfort. Yeah. It's being unsure of yourself. It's hormones like you've never had to deal with. It is a clusterfuck of bullshit. And sometimes and you know what? When it's planned, these women get a genuine amount of fulfillment out of it, and so do their partners.
Yeah.
They're the men that share this with them. They share in something beautiful and wonderful, and their children are something to be enjoyed. And God knows,
Yeah.
Rock knows.
Yeah.
Rock. Sorry, colloquialism there. Rock knows that I love these children too. I do. Kyle, I love your kids, man. I've hung out with them so many times. Like, I adore these children. I do. But the reality is that
they're awesome kids,
great.
but
They're great.
but they both came with like 9 or 8 months of absolute hell.
And it hurts. And you can't demand and the cost of just being pregnant is astronomical.
Yeah.
And so if you go to a woman who is not capable of paying those costs or is not capable of raising a child thereafter, you telling her she has to just because she's victim of a biological function that is normal and natural and desperately needed in her life, because let's be honest, your sex is something we all need.
Yeah. Do you want to know how much my daughter actually cost?
Right.
No. In monetary, to get for my daughter's birth, the hospital stay, it was $45,000.
Yeah. That's more than my yearly salary right now.
Yeah. It was, at the time of my daughter's birth, it was about twice my yearly salary.
It's fucking ridiculous.
So,
that's a fucking lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Kids are fucking expensive.
And the only reason it costs that much is because your wife went to get medical help for something that is seriously a risk to undertake for her body. It is a life-threatening. 1 in 3 women died because of pregnancy or childbirth before modern men. 1 in 3.
Oh, you're getting a lot more though nowadays, because all these people are like, oh, let's do a home birth.
Don't do a home birth. Don't do a
fucking hospital.
Well, no. There's not really a problem with home birth.
I have a problem with it.
No, it's actually statistically safer and more helpful and beneficial to both the mother and the child.
I would have lost 3 of my kids if I did home birth. So.
Yeah, no, there's the outliers. There's medical problems that can arise, but for your regular standard,
I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna knife fight you.
I don't give a fuck about any of that, because guess what? All of those women, home birth or not, have had medical support throughout their entire pregnancy. And it's fucking terrifying to take on a pregnancy. All right? So when a woman makes the decision that she can't undertake, pregnancy is no small thing for a body to undertake.
So
1 in 3 women died, motherfuckers. 1 in 3.
So the lesson we get out of this: don't listen to Pat Robertson. Get abortions.
Never.
Yeah.
It's not Satan.
No,
it's rational human beings making a decision for their body, for fuck's sake.
Okay, we're going to jump to our last break, and we're going to come back with our fucking main topic. Yeah, not interview. Fuck, big text in front of me. That's why I got to stop doing the whole Ron Burgundy thing of reading whatever's in front of me. So we're going to have our...
Just read it!
Go fuck yourself, San Francisco.
Just read it!
San Diego, or whatever city it was. So we're going to have our main topic, and we're going to do our highs and the lows, so we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back for our final little break that we have here, and we're going to bring up the elephant in the room that I've kind of wanted to talk about for a little bit. I mean, it doesn't really have a whole lot to do with America right now. You've got Kyle, you've got X, and Felicia will be back in a second. She had to go take a pee-pee. But we're going to talk about the Brexit vote that happened this past week. And through all heartache and pain, it looks like the UK does not want to be part of the EU anymore.
Well, a portion of their older population. It's not so much that they don't want to be a part of the EU.
No, they just don't want them brown people coming in.
They don't want them immigrants coming in anymore.
Oh, and all that money that was just going out of the NHS, that we're spending this much money, and these people are unelected people that we can't get out of office. Like, tell me again, Britain, about your monarch that you could totally take out of office if you.
No, yeah, it's been fun to kind of watch the whole things that people had a problem with the EU which weren't really problems.
No, and
like Yeah, no, the EU didn't really have a say over your taxes, over
No, but
your
it's scare tactics,
policy.
and it works.
Yeah, no, that was exactly what it was. They used scare tactics over the old people.
And who turns out in record droves to vote whenever things like this happen?
Because they've got nothing better to do. But
once again, it reminds me, where the fuck are the young people? Why do they not think that this matters? Things that matter to them, it's so parallel with what we're going to be seeing in November. Like people cannot afford to sit around and not vote.
They can't.
Bernie didn't make the primary. I'm going to take my ball and go home. No, guys,
No.
It's more important than that. It's not just the president, And you need to vote regardless, because there's a lot more old people and religious people that are going to vote ahead of you. And if you want to make any sort of dent, you got to fucking do this. And it's just amazing that racism was one of the biggest fueling things, and it toppled the fucking scale. And so
no, it did. And now Britain is not entirely fucked, but kind of fucked.
Yeah, the pound took a dive considerably. Like, it's almost on par with the dollar right now. It's like $1 per £1. Like, man, I'm gonna go buy me some like pound British sterling just so I can turn it back in a couple of years and be like, hey, I made easy money.
Yeah, if there's a chance of it going back up.
Yeah, that's a big if, really. And the stock market's taking a dump on this, and it's like them leaving just fucked them so hard, and all the money that they had currently paid into the EU to do things like this, just gone, fucking gone. That you're not going to see any return on it, And it was amazing to me that like one of the most Googled things after the fact was, what is the EU?
What is the EU?
That's fucking
and not
hilarious.
not just Googled worldwide, but Googled in the UK.
Yeah, specifically within the UK, people are asking, "What's the EU?" Like, it's nice to know that the people getting elected, or things being voted on, not election, but things being voted on are researched as much as they possibly can be. It has nothing to do with it. So it makes me wonder if we're going to see something like this affect the United States in some way, because there's already talk coming from, just guess what state, that there's going to be a Texas.
Oh shit. Oh god. You know what? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Let's
see how well
we
that
don't
works for
mind. Go ahead. We don't mind. Oh, we're talking.
Fine. We're just talking Brexit and Texit.
Brexit. Go ahead, Texas. We don't mind.
Fuck off, Texas.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck.
You have virtually nothing of value for us.
The interesting thing to me is I saw a webcomic that like summed it up completely here, where we were talking about how the UK is saying, I want out of the EU anymore. You guys aren't doing anything for me. And then as soon as they finally get their independence, they turn to all of the other nations that make up the UK and saying, please guys, don't leave us. No, don't leave us. We know what's going on. It's like,
exactly.
And so Scotland has been moving towards, we were going to like try to get independence, but now we're really going to, because you guys are going down a bad rabbit hole,
They're like, can we join the EU? We'll join the EU.
Gladly. We'll go away from the UK and join the EU. We'd rather be part of you guys.
Ireland's like, nope, we're still here.
No,
Hi, guys.
Here. Still part of the EU. We're good. Because we are part of Europe, god damn it.
They're putting the wall back up in Ireland.
David Cameron is stepping down, which I thought was interesting. He's like, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Yep.
I'm done.
Yep. He's gone.
It could potentially lead to that Boris guy making it into...
Yeah.
You don't want your prime minister to be named after a fucking Rocky and Bullwinkle villain.
Oh, fuck. Just
come,
look,
Natasha, we go get moose and squirrel.
Really? No.
I'm sorry, I love the name Natasha, though.
I do, too.
It's fine, yeah, but no, fuck it. Look at his hair. I'm sorry.
Clown, we're running through the same shit in America. Look at our current...
God damn it. Just look at the hair. Really.
I don't know. Bernie had some terrible hair, though.
Yeah, but what I like about Bernie is that he's not making any qualms about it. He's like, yeah, my hair's shit. I'm going to do whatever it does. He's not like Trump, where he spends 8 hours combing shit right and Just terrible. But so the vote passed by like a slim margin of like over 3 million voters, which is slim considering they had like 80% of their populace turn out to vote, which is to see numbers like that in America would be fucking amazing.
Fucking unprecedented.
That would, definitely unprecedented. So there's a lot of people that have been petitioning the Crown. I think the 3 million comes from the people that have already put in for this petition, saying like, look, for things this important, it should not be that close of a vote. It needs to be a majority, like 60%. And it wasn't even close to 60%. It was like 52 or something like that to 48. And so, so we're all waiting to see what happens there, because like even people that are, like even British people like living in America were signing this petition. You know, please vote, let the vote happen again. That's the way they set up the vote. That's not going to happen. That's not possible. No.
The EU has already said, okay, fine, fuck it, you guys are gone.
Yeah, they're pushing for a quick divorce, is what the article I read.
So horrible. Holy shit! I can't believe the British people did this.
And I kept thinking, I'm like, no, there's no way they're going to do this. There's no fucking way that they're going to be this stupid. And well, yeah. I mean, it's finally. I'm finally glad to not be the fucking shitheel of the world anymore, where people are
racists ruin everything, guys.
Yeah. Well, that was a large portion of people didn't actually vote because they all saw. No, there's no way. Yeah. There's no way anybody, or a majority of people would vote to leave the EU, because
it's stupid.
That would just be stupid to do, because we are a stone's throw away from the rest of these countries.
And you would think that with the death of the member of parliament just earlier in the week, it would have polarized people a little bit more to, you know, get more people out there to be against this vote, you know.
No,
terrorism doesn't work, you know.
No.
Well, actually, it worked in this case because the bad guys won.
Oh yeah. So everybody who wants to go to to jump over the channel for a weekend, you now need a passport.
Yep. And
they had basically the states here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the benefits so outweigh the cost.
Well, and there was virtually no cost. They had trade agreements. It
was just a really stupid idea.
Uphold those.
Yeah.
It was like the downside people voted against was, but people can come live here.
Yeah, we don't want to bring in them immigrants.
Brown people can come live here.
No, it's that whole fucking Britain First party that was doing this shit. And
yeah, it was the racist. It was racist. Yeah. It was racist.
Yep. So this brings up the big question: why we as Americans care? Well, first of all, we care because they're our cousin. They're our
they're our grandfather, who we had to be like, dude, we're not gonna follow your path anymore.
Like, there's this big thing called an ocean between us.
No, but literally, like 10 years after the revolution, there was a bunch of Americans who were like, Britain hates us. They wouldn't stand for us. So a guy walked across England wearing an American flag, literally. Okay, this actually happened. He was an American. He walked across England wearing an American flag, and everywhere he went, he was met with cheers and like invites to his house. He got to London. They had a fucking parade for him. All right. Like,
hey, look at the dumb American.
They were like, hey, yeah, you totally divorced us, but we're still super cool.
Well, that's okay. We're busy raping India. That's fine.
Yeah. No, so England has never had a problem with us, and the reality is that England is a major superpower economically, militarily in the world. Still, it still is.
Yeah.
And yes, we can brush it off as just producers of Harry Potter and Doctor Who, but that's not what they are. They're a major superpower, guys. And when they left. When they basically had their Texas moment seceding from their union, which is basically a United States, and they got to keep their own pretty money.
Yeah, because they didn't go to euros. Yeah, they kept the pound.
what they've done is basically made it so trade and like all trade has to go through an entire different series to trade with England and Europe.
Yeah, it's not free trade anymore.
If you can trade with France, you can trade with Belgium, you can trade with Spain. All of that is you can trade with Liechtenstein. If you can trade with France, you can trade with all of them. And it used to be that you could trade with England. But because racists said that Syrians were going to come into their country, yes, that's
tariffs
one of the motivations. They have cut that off. That now means that businesses have to comply not only with European Union regulation, but England's regulations. That also means that England has to comply with all the regulations they already had to comply with to trade with the European Union. They already had to do that. But the thing is that you have to qualify with both. That means that trade to England is going to be severely restricted. That is going to make it hard for them to get everything that they have had. This also means that people traveling from the rest of the European Union to England and vice versa, it's going to be much harder for work, like for shows, for like Game of Thrones.
Boy, it's going to be a real interesting couple of weeks. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, England, it's fucked up.
So
it does affect the world economy. Fuck you.
You just did the fucking like Jackass equivalent of like, "Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass." As you're about to fucking teeter over a cliff in a shopping cart.
Well done.
Good job, England.
Good job.
And if we have listeners out there that are in the UK or in Europe or anything like that, we'd love to hear your comments on this. And I'm sure you're going to be like, well, I voted against it and I'm not racist. We're not talking about you. We're talking about the old as fuck people that like.
Yeah.
We have them here in America as well. We're like, how dare that Negro be in the White House? How dare we have that president, oh, Babu? You know, it's in there. It's like, man, you guys are fucking horrible, racist people.
Yeah, no, only like. It was a small percentage of younger voters that actually voted to leave.
Yeah,
only
very small.
Only 24%. That means near 80% of young voters have to live 69 years on average with this decision.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck you, England. You denied your younger voters again. You fucked them.
And we're seeing the same thing. It's just weird to see the parallels happening because we have the boomer generation finally starting to slough off the planet, being replaced by X and millennials, and we're a lot more fucking better. I think we're better than that generation.
I do too. Yeah. I think we are wiser. We're guided by far more information than they ever had.
And also, we're
racist. We're less sexist. We're less biased in generally all the areas.
Oh, and
yet everything we say and do, they're like, "Oh, you're just
lazy and entitled." You know?
Yeah. Maybe we should start talking about taking the vote away from the elderly.
Yeah,
maybe we should.
Because I love it when they say that we're entitled when we're the ones that are getting raped over their fucking free shit. You know?
Look, if you have to,
got all the free shit.
They got their cheap houses. They got their cheap houses, high pay, cheap cars. They got cheap fucking all sorts of tuition to go to school. Their groceries didn't cost them $200 a week. You know?
Yeah, and then they tell us that we just want things.
You know, and we've had freezes on our fucking incomes for who knows how goddamn long, you know.
Yeah.
We can't possibly make the fucking wages in this country work.
Maybe when you hit 65, you should go ahead and just stop voting.
Because who knows how long it's going to be actually there to affect you.
Yeah. You know what? At this point, yeah.
You don't have to live. You're probably not going to have to live with the consequences of your vote.
Let's call it the Logan's Run law. That's what we're going to do. All old people that hit a certain age, they get that red light on their hand that they can no longer vote anymore. Let me see your hand.
Look, at that point, your driver's licenses are taken away. You can no longer vote. Look, you can't drive anymore. You can't vote anymore. Look, just go.
No, you know what? They can vote in the general. Just don't let them vote in the primary or on specific issues.
Yeah.
Yep,
exactly.
Yeah, no, they get to vote on other things.
So let's go ahead and move in. We'll get out of that, and we'll bring up, I'm sure in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about it a lot more, especially as we're ramping up towards our fucking
Our
shit show
own
that we got
election.
coming up.
Yeah.
So let's see. We're going to do our highs and blows for the week and call it a day. Anybody want to start off, or should I just go for it? I don't know. Anybody want to volunteer, Kyle?
Oh God. The solstice party was a pretty good high point.
Yeah,
that was a
good time.
That was a good time. That really was. I liked meeting a lot of people. That was fun.
I enjoyed myself quite a bit.
Yeah, seeing people I haven't seen for a while, saying hi to a lot of people.
People are knowing me by name too. I'm like, oh, hi.
Talking people into joining the organization. That was fun.
Yeah, we had a guy that was a brand newbie. Like, he only found it from the Facebook group, from the official Atheists of Utah group.
Yeah.
Got him signed up for Utah Atheists, which we probably shouldn't have done, because I don't know if you want to get involved in that group. It's a fun variety show in that place.
It's okay. The group is still mostly it's like 90% okay.
You just have to learn. You have to know how to comb through the pubic hair to find the lice. That's all you got to worry about.
Here's a list of people to block right off the bat.
We should make something like that. That'd be hilarious.
Just ignore these people right off the bat, because we can't seem to get rid of them. So
yeah. Okay, so that's a good high point. What about a low for you?
My low point is actually coming tomorrow.
Oh shit!
I know, it's a low point tomorrow. Yeah,
tomorrow Thursday, but tomorrow Monday for us. That's we're recording.
Tomorrow Monday, which is when the big meeting and appointment, which is the "What are we gonna do with your dad?"
Oh no!
meeting.
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh, here's the fun part about it. I don't get to be there.
No, that sucks.
because they couldn't schedule the appointment at a time when I could be there, because I can't take work off.
That's some bullshit.
Sorry, family.
Someone feels especially bad with my high point.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to feel bad about it, because everybody already knows my feelings on the whole situation, and so yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, because it's not fun and happy.
So a big high point for me coming up this week, and since we're gonna do it that way, is that the day that I put this out, that's my last day of work until like the next Tuesday. So I'm taking like a whole fucking week off of work. So it's like second Christmas. The last time I took like any days off, it was for the cruise, and we know how well that went. No, it was a good time. But let's see, that's going to be a good high point for me, because I'm going to be just enjoying sleeping in, and not having to drop kids off at school, because that's fucking great in the summertime, and laughing at my wife who's having to go down to work, and it's like, okay, I'm going to go play with the kids all day. Have fun. See ya.
Yeah, I don't recommend actually laughing.
No. Well, that kind of works for us in our relationship. We harangue each other.
Wait until she leaves, and then have a good hearty laugh.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. You have to go to work.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go take the kids to the lagoon for the third day this week. Why? Because it's cheap. Let's see. That's a good high point. Low point. I think I kind of touched on it earlier. Is trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do going to this baptism. It's like, I told my wife, I'm like, okay, are they having something afterward? Well, yeah, they're gonna have a get together and like have snacks and everything like that. And I'm like, okay, can we go to that? Well, they didn't invite us to that. They invited us to the baptism, and I'm like, yeah, but my views on this. And she's like, well, can't you? It's like going to your, like, these people come into your kids' dance recitals and stuff like that. I'm like, no, it's nothing like going to a dance recital. This is child abuse, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, you're severely limiting this kid to what he's going to learn in his lifetime. And, he's going to be brought up fearing all sorts of shit and being asked by his fucking bishop, like, do you touch yourself, little Billy? It's like, that's borderline pedophilia, is asking a teen kid what they do in the privacy of their own home.
I agree. And the details of their sex life is unacceptable.
No, that should not be fucking allowed. But, they'll be like, well, priests get to do it, and they have their confidentiality thing. I'm like, ugh.
No, that's different because there's the thing, and you can't see him, and there's the
oh, he can see you.
illusion of anonymity.
Yeah, there's at least that. Like, you don't have to look him in the eye. Jesus.
Yeah.
See, and I really lucked out with the shitty Baptist thing with my parents because I never really got that. So, but there's a lot of people I hear horror stories of growing up Mormon in the state where they had to do terrible things like that, and I'm like, God, I couldn't imagine having to like tell a guy like, yeah, I pulled my bud to Lady Chatterley this weekend, you know, and be like, I mean, you wouldn't say it like that, and he'd be like, well, I'm disappointed in you. You know, Heavenly Father has a plan for you. And making you feel like you're lower than fucking dirt because you're just trying to go blort for like 3 seconds, you know? Feels good. You shouldn't be fucking...
Yeah,
you should
delightful.
not feel bad for tugging it, you know?
Never, ever.
Ever. And it's good for you, if you know it's good for you. So that's it for me. Felicia, what do you got?
All right, so low point was Independence Day resurgence.
This is a movie.
Everything about that film.
This is a movie that was not screened for critics.
Yeah, for good fucking reason because it's
For a good
shit.
reason. Yes.
No, it is some condescending bullshit.
They made a raft of shit and floated it your way. And you hopped on.
You remember all the points that you enjoyed about the first? Like,
Well,
there were, like, these weird characters that made up, like, this amazing disaster film. A stripper, like, a fighter pilot who can't seem to advance his station in life, a crazy guy who's been invaded by aliens, an isolated scientist in Area 51. These were all the things that, like, you're like, yeah, you know, I can get into this. This is fun. This is fun to watch. I'm having fun. Yeah, none of that. It's all dead. It's all dead and murdered and it was murdered by stabbing with the dick that he's peeing out of. It was so bad, you guys. That metaphor was way too colorful for this film. Like, that metaphor was funny. That was funny.
It's made me really sad because I saw the trailers and the commercials and they did a good like media campaign for it because
the trailer looked fun.
It looked good.
Look, when I went to this going, you know what? This looks fun. We'll have fun. We both enjoyed the first Independence Day. We both like separately because I was a kid and he was vaguely older than me. Like as adults, he's not that much older, but like I was a kid, so he was like a teenager. Yeah, something like that.
I remember. Sorry, not to step on your story, but Independence Day was the movie that I bought like a gigantic fucking Coke, and this was at the Cinedome, Kyle. I don't even remember the Cinedome. It was the titty theaters up here in Roy, where if you look at it on Google Earth, it looked like a set of tits because they were like these round buildings, and they had little like antennas at the top of it for like lightning, and so it looked like boobies. But anyway, I bought the biggest fucking drink you could possibly get, and I finished it like an hour into the movie.
Oh no!
That was almost a 3-hour movie. And I didn't want to miss any of it, so I held it. That is the only time in my life I've started to get like kidney failure from holding in my pee. It hurts so goddamn bad. It was like when you go beyond like having to like cringe because you need to pee, where it starts to be like you're like hitting bonus rounds in video games, where it's like you're starting to notice other parts of you that never hurt starting to hurt, and you're like, this is not normal, and it's like ding 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 ding, like hitting a jackpot of pain. You're like, oh god, this is horrible. I'm not even enjoying this movie anymore.
That's when you start looking at your cup, going,
I could,
you know, could I get away? I could get away with it.
No,
sorry.
Don't spend your money, you guys. This wasn't even fun to watch. It was not even fun to fucking watch. It was insulting. It insulted its audience with like, you're dumb enough to laugh at this, and then people did. No, it's a controlled descent, so we're falling. No, it's a controlled. They made that joke twice.
Instead, go watch Warcraft. That was a fun movie.
Was it was fun?
I liked it. I liked
yes, it was. It was.
It's high fantasy is all it is.
That's fine. That's fine by me. That's fine by me.
But they throw a lot of shit your way, like right at first. You're like, fuck, I'm not gonna remember this name.
No, William and I left and we went and watched the original and we're like, okay, this is fun. And like Will Smith is like beating up the corpse of the alien in the desert. It was fun. It was on the salt flat. Fun fact: my grandparents were driving an RV in the original Independence Day when all the RVs are like driving
the caravan going to Area 51.
Yeah, my grandparents were driving one.
Welcome to Earth.
I just learned that today, by the way, just today. So I saw this movie, was heartbroken, and offended.
That's the last good movie that Randy Quaid did, I think.
Oh my god. Independence. This new one, it didn't even feel like the first. I don't. Oh.
It's just offensive on all levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I found out later that Roland Emmerich directed Stonewall as well.
Oh yeah,
so I was
bullshit that he came out with.
Yeah, I was pissed about Independence Day, the newest one, which he directed the original, which he nailed.
Yeah.
But this new I'm pissed about, and then I found out he directed Stonewall, and he like completely removed every woman and character of color and trans person from the story of the Stonewall riots. Fuck you, Roland.
It was a trans person, or person of color that actually initiated the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. Fuck you, Roland Emmerich.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, High Point. What you got for High Point?
When shopping at Blue Boutique.
Hey! That's always fun. And for those not in Utah, Blue Boutique is a store that specializes in just what you think it does. Just what you think it does.
Items.
It's a fun store.
We got... Alright, fuck it. We got the Wii vibe. And I have
Sounds like a Cyndi Lauper song.
So the Wii vibe is where you can wear it like inside you while you're having sex, and it hits your G-spot and your clitoris. And if I'm just doing it by myself, just alone, I have remarkably strong pelvic muscles, and it just like I push it right the fuck out.
So you can make it shoot across the room.
No,
Pew!
no, it's more like. But in context, it's delightful. It's delightful, motherfuckers. And I'm an excellent sex life. So like it's just fun.
Felicia
for
gives
me.
it 2 thumbs way up.
So High Point is sex toys. Go buy them.
Yes. Hey guys, you could buy sex toys too, you know. It doesn't make you.
No, that's what's great about the Wii Vibe.
They have them for you.
Hashtag butt stuff. That's going to be our glory hole. That's what it's going to be.
Hashtag butt stuff.
Hashtag butt stuff.
I did that this week too. Jesus. Oh, okay.
You get a t-shirt and you get a t-shirt. Seriously, keep an eye on the Cafe Press store. I'm going to really make one.
No, the Wii Vibe is great because it vibrates for him and her while you're doing the thing. And it's better than a cock ring. Because it's inside her. It makes all of her go and it's the Wii Vibe 4. So you can set playlists on your phone. So like it like
wow.
Yeah, no, this is some high-tech sex shit and it's awesome.
Okay,
awesome.
So that's the point where we have to call it good for this week. We're off to go record the Secret Patron Show, of which our old episodes have been working their way onto the YouTube channel and podcast feed. We're going to start recording the patron-only show. We got to get on that. Fuck, I've been slipping on that one. The extra one where we're going to do the Ken Ham one first. That's going to be coming over, and that's going to be there for a year of exclusivity. But if you feel like getting access to all the secret shows and additional content, join us Beyond the Veil if you check us out, patreon.com/UtahOutcast, and select the level of support you feel like you can get behind. If you want to get in contact with us, we are 347-669-3377 or mailbag@UtahOutcast.com, and we're on Twitter, Facebook, and all sorts of other places. So thanks to Kyle and Felicia for joining me again this week. But sadly, this is the part where we must say to y'all that the Outcast will catch you again next week with a brand new episode. But until then, you're welcome.
Bonne nuit.
You're not muted.
Good night, everybody.